Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.tsavo.ke to learn more.
All right, a very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from. Karibuni sana, karibuni to our Thursday webinar. We're excited, our Wednesday webinar, sorry. We're excited to have you here. Happy New Year. This is our very first webinar this year, and we're so much excited to be sharing on what you need to do to ensure that as you have made investing in real estate, or you're planning to make investing in real estate your goal, that you know exactly what you need to do. And today I'm joined by a fire partner. I'll allow him to introduce himself, and then we shall pray.
Thank you very much, Migui. Happy New Year to our viewers. Happy New Year to TSAVO. This is the first webinar of the year. So my name is Kevin. I'm a fire partner in TSAVO, and I'm really looking forward to engage with our listener, our viewers, and TSAVO at large.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us. My name is MC Ben Migwe, the classic man, and I'm a fire partner here in TSAVO as well. And so let us bow our heads for a word of prayer. So Lord, we thank you for tonight's webinar. Thank you for a new year that you've granted us, that we may be able to serve your children, the purpose that you've given us. I pray even as we have this webinar, that we shall be able to learn from each other as iron sharpens iron. So we give you praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So if you're new here, TSAVO, we are a real estate investment company, and we exist to enable investors achieve financial independence through affordable, amazing apartments. And you may wonder what financial independence is, because it's a term that we'll be using throughout the webinar. And we define financial independence as having assets that are able to generate you sufficient passive cash flows to be able to sort out your needs, your wants, and your desires. And in today's conversation, I know somebody had made a comment.
What was the comment?
The comment was on the poster. Someone had said, the photo should look the topic of conversation.
Yes.
That man does not look like the topic of the conversation. And I think in so many ways,
Yeah.
and in a long time, throughout the years, we've been taught you need to be rich.
Yes.
And we've had people say you need to be wealthy. So I think to start off our conversation today, we'd like to know what is really the difference between being rich and wealthy. Yeah.
I think I'll say being rich is associated with income, high income. So high salary, maybe high bonus, and having this income that probably can sustain your lifestyle, but not in a long term. So it's pegged on something. It might be pegged on the salary you're being paid, your paycheck, and it might be short-lived if probably you've lost your job or something. But being wealthy, in my view, is associated with something more. You have assets, you've invested, you have these investments that are generating for you cash flows, and they can sustain your lifestyle even if you don't work. Yeah. So for me, the difference between being rich and being wealthy for me is how passive your cash flows are. Mm-hmm. If you have to be very active to maintain your lifestyle or to maintain the kind of living standard you are, that is being rich. Yeah. But being wealthy it's you don't have to work for your lifestyle. Mm. Yeah. So I think for me that's the difference. But then the other difference I would say is being wealthy is associated directly with financial independence. It's associated with fire. such that for me, financial independence is just what you've said. So I'm able to live my lifestyle. I'm able to pay my bills. I'm able to do these things without actually working. So doing these things with passive cash flows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those are the two things that will differentiate being rich and being wealthy. So one is income, and the other one is assets, and then financial independence. So those two will just distinctly tell you which one is, who is rich and who is wealthy.
Yeah, there's a conversation that has been going on for a while, and I think some of the principles that guide us when it comes to financial independence is frugality. And I think for people who are intending to build wealth, they have quite different lifestyles.
Yeah.
So if you look at a rich person, they want instant gratification.
Yes.
Whereas for people who really understand what building wealth is, because they know at the end of the day, as I'm building this, I'm able to secure the future that I have. Yeah. And so if you look at the differences between these two people, you will find that one wants to have instant gratification. So in the sense that I saw something good and I want it now.
And I want it today.
Not later. But then for people who are looking forward to building wealth, there are people who are very frugal. They know even if I don't buy it today, the question is normally, is it a need? Is it a want, or is it a desire? So you'll find that the lifestyle is going to vary, especially from those who are considered to be rich and those who are wealthy. I think also another thing that I would maybe mention as a difference between the rich and wealthy is lifestyle inflation. So, for instance, you'll find if a rich person increases the income that they have, so they will likewise increase their lifestyle or
to match that.
Yeah, to match the level of income that they have. But on the flip side, a wealthy person will choose, okay, so I have increased my income, so now this is my chance to increase the assets
my assets, my savings.
Yeah. Yes.
So there's that. Is it desire or what? Is it human nature that you're earning this amount of money and you're living this kind of lifestyle? Yeah. Probably you're earning 100,000 and your expenses, your rent is probably 70% of what you're earning. And then you probably get promoted or get promotion at work and your salary or what you earn increases. So there's this desire to also increase your lifestyle to match what you're earning. I think just based on what you said, that is a huge difference between someone who is rich and who is wealthy. Someone who is wealthy will see this as an opportunity to invest more, and to increase their passive cash flows.
In there's a particular conversation that I was following through, and I think consumerism has a hold on rich people, literally, because if you look at it, the consumerism has been wired for the rich people, not for the wealthy. Because now you'll find that people who are considered to be wealthy, wanakwanga too, like they will just wear whatever they have. You will find that some even have matching clothes to wear throughout the year. You will find that if they are buying something, they want something that is going to be very sustainable. I remember reading an article about one of the richest men in the US, and even to the extent that the car which he drove while he was starting off his company, a Volvo, was still the same car he was driving, and yet he was a billionaire. So I think for many people, and it's a mindset that people have. So you'll find that, and you'll find that most people and how the society has really wired us to think, because we have become a product of the experiences that we have in life. So if you look like at the average kid, they see like 25,000 ads in a year. So the desires that they are being formed, we are shown such a rich lifestyle. And so working against that, and now financial independence is anti-consumerism. And I think that is where our purpose exists, so that we are able to bring you out of that mentality because now if you understand you are king, then investing becomes way easier.
It becomes easy. It becomes a norm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think financial independence is to be liberated, especially of your mind. Because if you have a paradigm shift, then everything else takes a turn in your life.
Someone told me it starts in the mind, and then you accept it, it goes into your heart, and then now your hands. So the practicality of it, now the beginning of the journey of investing. So by the time you're starting to invest, it is something that you've considered, you've had the paradigm shift, you've beat consumerism culture. It's just, it takes time.
Yeah.
So you might be there, you might think you're late, but I don't think there's a right time to start investing.
Yeah, like the famous adage that the best time to plant a year was 20 years ago, but now the second best time
to plant
is now.
is today.
Yeah, and if you're joining us, please drop your fire emojis and let us know where you are tuning in from. And if you can also tell us, what do you think is the difference between being rich and wealth? We'd like to read out some of your comments and share. Please make sure that you share some of your thoughts. And we are in the business of real estate. We're in the business of enabling investors get to financial independence.
Yes.
And in earlier on, you mentioned that for you, someone to be wealthy is someone who has passive cash flows,
Yes.
someone who has assets.
Yes.
Now, real estate has a role to play
Play in that.
in regard to that. And there are different asset classes that we have, and some have cash flows because real estate is quite vast. We have land, we have apartments, we have homes, and all this is real estate. So maybe we can try and delve deeper to really pinpoint some of the asset classes that we have when it comes to some of the assets we have when it comes to real estate, and how each of that does it have does it have cash flows, because sometimes utapata umenunua shamba ileti, it's just there, you'll wait for it to appreciate in value.
So it's I think I have my own perspective of what an asset is, and it's very simple. Anything that puts money into your pocket is an asset, and anything that requires you to remove money from your pocket is a liability. We have things that maybe the society would consider an asset, but me as an individual, I would consider them as assets. Just because of probably the money aspect of it, the cash flow aspect of it. I'll give an example. Land is an asset, but for you to gain from land, there are two things you have to do. You either have to develop this land, or you have to resell it. So when you develop it, you can build apartments, you can build a home, you can build anything. When you just flip it or you sell it, then it will give you capital gains. I think land and apartments, I will go for apartments because apartments give you both the capital gains when you probably when you want to flip this house, and at the same time it gives you the cash flow. So two people, I buy land today, and then I leave it for 2-3 years, and then I want to sell it so that I can get capital gains, and someone else buys an apartment and they start getting their rental income immediately. By the time I'm selling my land and this guy is selling their house, he will have gotten twice or double the value of his of the apartment, but you will have only gained the capital gain. So real estate gives you both cash flows, monthly rental income, and at the same time the value of this apartment increases. You look at things like inflation. Just a few months ago, the cash was, I think, 1 to 20. $120. Right now we are at almost 160. The beauty about that with real estate is the value of your house is not affected by that. It goes up to match that rate.
Okay, and I think now there are reasons why you need to really, if someone is considering to invest,
Yes.
like you've mentioned that you can have a piece of land. So if you buy a piece of land and maybe have invested in real estate, in rental apartments, and you sell your apartment, the capital gains just stops there.
Yes.
So, and you don't have cash flows. So like you'll find, and for so many years people have been doing that. They get a piece of land, they wait for the value to appreciate,
Okay.
they sell, and that's it. So you'll find someone is asset rich but they don't have cash flows.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to financial independence, it's not just about having assets. You can have a 20-acre piece of land lying somewhere, and you don't have a shilling in your pocket.
In your pocket.
You
And
have,
you need that to eat. You need that for your basic needs.
yeah, and unfortunately, the older generation, they used to invest a lot in land, and so you find that they have retired early, and they're not able to sort out the needs that they have.
Um, I don't know if it is something to do with culture and people being conservatives, but I think there's just that thing of sisi ni shamba.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people ni ng'ombe, yeah. But I think you need to understand that assets should put money into your pocket. Yeah, yeah. Asset should put money into your pocket.
And sometimes people think that first building a home is going to actually sort you out. So you will say you're not paying rent and you're not doing these things. But I think starting the other way around, where you have passive cash flows that you can be able to sort out. Because even when you're living in that house,
You
there's
still pay
electricity.
bills.
So it is
There's
still,
renovations and such kind of things.
yeah.
The beauty about investing and the beauty about passive cash flow is it requires patience. You will take time to build wealth. You will take time to build enough assets to generate enough cash flows. But the beauty is once that is done, they will finance these things. They will finance you building your home. And then about homes, think about it. I stay in Nairobi almost the whole year. Maybe I just go back home for holidays. I think like some of my friends and colleagues went. But then you find you built a big house there, and it's just resting and waiting for you to be there for 1 week. But then you see,
Yeah.
even if you don't use this house, it's going to be falling apart. It will need you to renovate. So I think for me, investment should come first. Yeah, because you invest now, you'll get enough cash flows to sort out these other things. To sort out if you're buying maybe a car, you're doing these things. That is the purpose of investment, to ensure that your future life is smooth. Yeah.
Yeah, true. And I think there maybe sometime we shall look at some of the myths and misconceptions when it comes to investing, because I think people have been misled. And there's a book called Psychology of Money, and they talk about no one is crazy. So you'll find like the generation that is ahead of us, our parents, and the grandparents who are there before us, they knew land was the only thing that you could acquire.
Then, yeah.
And so now when you're raising kids, you're telling them you need to acquire land. So, and then you find that even now when they acquire land, it's a concept that has been carried forward. And now because that's the only thing that you know, you will end up investing in assets that don't generate
cash flow.
Yeah, cash flows. So if you're joining us, please drop your fire emoji and drop your comment. Let's know what are your thoughts in this conversation. So I can see Mark Allen, he's saying ideas zikuje. I can also see Evans, why do we, the world Hamjaenda live bana. Sorry about
Owning your
the
first apartment
technical
in Nairobi
difficulties
has
that
never
we
been
had.
easier. It's simple. With zero
Our
deposit
team
and
has
0%
been,
interest
sorted
rate,
them
you
out.
can pay as little.
And if you're joining us right now, karibu sana, and thank you for being here. Today we are having a conversation on why wealthy people invest in real estate, and we have really covered some ground when it comes to investing in real estate, including what are some of the differences between the wealthy and the rich, when people define what is to be wealthy and what is to be rich. And we have established that to be rich, it is considered having high income levels, but to be wealthy, it is considered to be able to accumulate assets, and more specifically assets that are able to generate you passive cash flows, and more specifically monthly cash flows, because the needs that you have, they are recurring. You might want to you might have an asset that is only able to generate you asset on a yearly basis. That might be quite something. It might not be able to sort out some of the needs that you may have in between, or even by monthly or quarterly. So being able to have an asset that is able to generate you consistently passive cash flows on a monthly basis, then that works for you. And we are looking at the reasons why you need to invest in real estate, or rather you should make investing in real estate your number one goal in 2024. And Mr. Guy.
Yes, sir. So we talked about the passiveness of real estate, and speaking about that, we talked about the monthly rent or the monthly income. This is money you don't have to work to get, so you don't have to be active to get your monthly rental income. And I was giving an example with TSAVO Lifestyle, which is a department in TSAVO that assists in property management. So we look for a resident for you, we take care of their issues, we collect rent, remit into your account in case there's some breakages, minor breakages that needs to be sorted out. We find a way to do that. And basically you will just be waiting at the end of the month to receive money in your bank account. Actually, it's not even the end of the month. We do that by 10th. So extending that to real estate, generally we have property management companies that assist in that, so you don't have to be there to earn your rent. So that was one of them. Specifically, if we were talking about TSAVO, the small units that we are doing, there's guarantee because of our target group for residents. We are very, very specific about who we want to host. Young working urbanites, also those who are in school. So if you look at where our projects are located, they're very strategic. Either they are near a school or a highway, or near where most people work, Kiambu Road, Thika Road. Parklands, we are just opposite UN School of Law. We were saying that in Nairobi, these are the majority of people. The majority of the population are young people. So you can never miss your rent. You can never consistently miss your rent, because basically the demographic structure of Nairobi is young people, very many young people. They cannot afford the big houses that other developers are building, and they're just starting out life. Probably they might want to live there, but they can't. So that's why we are doing what we do. So that was one of them. Rental income, so the passiveness of real estate investments.
I think another reason why everyone should really make investing their number one goal, I think you had mentioned earlier in our conversation about inflation hedge.
Yes.
So as you find that the prices of commodities are increasing day in, day out, and now the value of the shilling is weakening every single day. So what real estate does is that as things are increasing in value, so commodities are increasing, so does your asset appreciate in value. So that is able to actually create a hedge for you when it comes to inflation. That it's okay. So the price of unga has increased, so shall the rental income also increase, because as everything is increasing, and remember that the value of your asset is also going to appreciate likewise. And so if now someone, if you might consider at even one point to sell that apartment, it will be inflation adjusted, so it will be adjusted to inflation to match the current rates in the market. So I think we are coming to a close, and maybe you can tell maybe someone is asking, I would like to really get started with investing in real estate, and most of the small units which you have talked about. Maybe you can talk to someone who really wants to understand what is the process of me coming into TSAVO, you know, because I want to invest. What are the payment plans do you have? What are the prices for the apartments that you have? What are some of the locations that you have built or are building? Just to let them know what we have to offer.
That's okay. I think before I dive into that, I would also want to say that real estate gives you pretty much good return on investment. And speaking about return on investment, about our apartments, we work backwards in terms of calculating our rental income. We work with a number in our minds and a number in our head. Our gross return on investment should not be less than 8%. So once we use that 8%, then we use that to generate our prices and our rents and everything. And then I think since the new government came into play, the only commodity that the tax haijaongezwa it's only real estate. And that is specifically a monthly rental income tax. So rental income tax, when the government came in, it was 10%. I think right now it is 7.5%. And if you're earning rent of above 15,000, that is the only tax that I think imepunguzwa. So I think again, investing in real estate gives you that advantage. We started by saying that as a company, our purpose is to enable investors achieve financial independence through affordable, amazing apartments. So low risk, high return, affordable, amazing apartments. So investing in TSAVO first must start in the mind. You have to first have your goal, know what you want, have financial independence number, that is that amount of money you need per month to sort out all your desires, all your needs, and then now we work backwards. How many apartments will you need to be to enable you get to this number? Once you've sorted out that, I think we have 5 partners in TSAVO who are able to assist you in that. Then you need to determine the locations that you think are suitable for you. In TSAVO, we have selected these locations. We've done research. We have a department that just does that. Look if the rental amounts that we'll put are we able to get people to pay for these amounts. So you will select the apartment you want, and then definitely you have to either go see the site. If the apartment is started, you either visit and see the progress. So site visit is arranged again with your fire partner. You see the apartment. If you're okay with the location and you're okay with the project, we will send you a floor plan. And together with that, we'll send you the list of the units that are available, because you are limited to just what is available. But the good thing is we never at one point do we just have one project in the market. We have different projects in the market. So if you don't get what you are looking for in this project, we have very many other projects that are ongoing. I think at the moment we have almost 10 projects that are in different stages of construction. So others are just starting, others ndio zinaendelea, zingine are almost done. Once that is sent, then you select the unit number you want. Once you've selected the specific unit you want or the number of units that you're looking at, there's some documents that we'll need you to share with us to enable us reserve that unit for you and also request for your agreement. So If you are a Kenyan, we'll need a copy of your ID or a passport. We'll need your KRA PIN for the purposes of stamp duty and tax. We'll need your email address. We'll need your phone number just for communication. Most importantly, again, we'll need your next of kin contact details. This is just to, if we are not able to reach you, then we are able to reach you via these other guys. If you're not a Kenyan, we'll need your passport. And we'll also need to acquire a KRA PIN because everyone will have to pay tax. So whether it is stamp duty or other taxes, so you'll need a KRA for that. Once you've shared these documents, we will now put you in our system, and then using this, because we have to attach these documents. So I attach them, we put you in the system, and then we reserve for you the unit that you're looking at. So we have different payment plans that you can select. We have projects that are going for zero deposit plan, maximum of 5-year payment plan. We have others that, based on where they are in terms of construction, the payment plan is very limited to 20% deposit, some to the construction period. So some to as low as 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Yeah. So we'll input all that in our system, and then we'll get an automatic receipt, an automatic text or image just welcoming you to TSAVO first. Once you've gotten that with your details, there's a way we have just integrated our bank system and our finance system and the bank, such that once we put you in our system, there's a number that is generated, and that number is used to create what we call a virtual account. So for us, each and every investor will have a specific account number just for them. So that number is unique to you. So when you make payments, you will get an automatic receipt. You actually don't even have to worry. So if you don't get, we will sort you out. So we input you in our system. You will get a reservation email once that project, that unit is reserved. We give you 3 days to make your first installment or your first deposit. That's why we are going with, because it is a zero deposit plan and the houses are limited, we have to put just caps to ensure we have serious investors. So we give you 3 days to make your first installment. Once that is done, then now we request for your sale agreement. This sale agreement will come acknowledging that you've paid your first installment or you've paid your deposit. Once that is done, you take time, you peruse through your agreement. If you have inquiries, if you want some things to be amended, the lawyers are available to assist you. Our team, we are also available to assist you. You have time to peruse through that almost a month. And then at that point now you can sign your agreement, pay the stage 1 legal fees, and then your next installment is due end of the following month. Yeah, so basically that is just a summary of investing in TSAVO. That's the process.
All right, and thank you so much, Kevin. And I think if you're asking where do you find us, a link is going to be sent in the description below, or you can visit our website, that is www.tsavo.ke, and there you'll get to learn about the process, some of our history when we started. You'll get to see the projects which are complete.
Yeah.
And maybe some are wondering for how long have you been
in play?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be our 8th year.
We are going to.
We are in 2024, so this is the 9th year. Yeah, so we've been in the market for 8 years, so this is our 9th year, and we have 17 projects. Out of those 17, 7 are completely done. The other 10 are in different stages of construction. Others are just latest, they're just beginning. Others ziko hapo katikati, na zingine zinaisha as soon as May, June this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, because sometimes people think that investing in real estate is just for the wealthy.
Yeah.
We have an affordable payment plan.
Yes.
Called zero deposit, which
plan.
Yeah, maybe you can highlight how the payment plan works. Yeah, and how someone who thinks that maybe I don't have enough money to pay a deposit. because now the real estate industry, especially here in Nairobi, you have to pay a down payment, and now we have been working hard to eliminate all those entry barriers for you to get started on your financial independence journey.
I think when we started, we required an investor to put in a 20% deposit, and then the balance was to be spread across a maximum of 5 years depending on the project. That is in terms of where it is in terms of construction. We realized that there is a group that we were leaving out who are not able to put in this deposit, but they were able to afford the monthly installment. So we went back to the drawing board, we did our math, and then we came up with the zero deposit payment plan. Basically, this is a payment plan that just requires you to do installments. So what you do, you want to buy an apartment, let's say a studio, that is going for 2.1 million. You just take this amount and you spread it across the number of months you are comfortable paying for. And the maximum is 5 years. So it's just a just divide payment plan. So 2.1, if you want to pay this in 3 years, you take 2.1, you divide by 36 months. So you pay equal installment. If you want to pay this in 5 years, you take 2.1, you divide it by 60 months, meaning you'll be paying 35,000 per month. That doesn't mean you are just limited to 35. If at some point you have windfalls and you're able to pay a lump sum, it's okay. We don't limit you, but it is a just divide payment plan. You take the purchase price of the apartment and you divide it by the number of months you want to take to pay for the house. Maximum is 60 months. There's no interest, but ownership and occupation is granted when you fully paid for your house.
Yeah. So if you really want to get started on your financial independence,
as 30,000 per month,
you can reach out to Kevin Agai. He's going to guide you, and his number and email is going to be sent in the description below. And nonetheless, you can be able to reach out to us through our socials, that is TSAVO.ke, across all our social media platforms. Now, Mister, we have come to the end of our webinar tonight. So what are your final words to our investors and viewers?
I think my final words would be, it has never been this easy to invest in real estate. You don't have to look for capital to start. You can actually start this from your paycheck and the monthly salary you earn. Real investments requires patience. It's not a return that you get now. Most people confuse return on investment with getting your money back. I think financial independence is all about passive monthly cash flow. It is this asset generating for you this cash flow to probably your lifetime. So don't have to worry about when will I get my money back. When you are investing in real estate and your goal is financial independence, you need to be very focused on the monthly installment. And the good thing is the monthly installment ensures you have a compounding effect. So you started with paying 30,000 monthly installment, and you've probably cleared a studio, and you're getting a rent of maybe a net of 12,000. If you buy your second house, probably maybe with a payment plan or with a zero deposit again, if you've cleared one, this rent can help you offset that 30. So instead of you paying 30,000 from your pocket, now you'll be paying 18,000. And imagine now you've cleared this second one, and now you're getting 12, and to 12 you're getting 24. So yeah, and it doesn't mean when you're getting 12,000 now you don't pay the 30. Actually, you should pay the 30 so that you get to clear this faster. So there's the compounding effect, which I think is magical in investing in real estate, just because of the cash flow. So, and just like we said, the best time to invest was 20 years ago. Probably some of us were not born then. But then the second best time is now. And investing starts in the mind. So just have a paradigm shift. Think about what you want, come up with a financial independence number, that is that amount you want, and then call us, let us assist you to formulate a way of getting to your financial independence.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Kevin. You have no excuse now. Visit our website or get in touch with a FIRE partner. They're going to help you get started on your financial independence journey with us. And also, remember to book a site visit with our sites are open. Talk to your FIRE partner, and you can come to site, see the projects that we have, both complete and the ongoing projects. And then from there, now you can choose where you would like to invest. Yeah. Also, we share on a weekly basis site updates, so you can also be sure to subscribe to our weekly site updates. And every week, construction is ongoing in the apartments, in our various projects. So we always send the progress of that week to our investors. So if you like to view the progress, link is going to be shared in the description. It is going to help you monitor the progress of the projects. And lastly, if you're considering also to invest in real estate, we have a real estate investment checklist for you to do your due diligence. And in the third week of the month, we'll be having a due diligence webinar, and this will be with our lawyers. It will be a chance for you to interact and ask questions in regard to due diligence. Otherwise, it's 2024. It's a promising year, and it's the time to start is now, like we have discussed. So thank you for joining us. Kwaherini, and God bless you. Have a good night ahead.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.tsavo.ke to learn more.